It's the #1 show in the streets. HoodRich Radio with DJ Scream.
So, and me saying that, bro, like we're gonna have to start supporting, like those who put their life on the line. Like I tell people, like, bro, I did this album for black people. But it's crazy. I'm sitting up. There's a video store that I love called Video Drone. It's a little 5 point. I think it may be the last video store in the fucking world. I love the place. Yeah. It's some white boys who used to be corporate dudes, and they just like, I don't want to do this shit no more. Right. And they went and got them a video store. They don't make no whole bunch of money. But imagine if you and all your homegirls got together and ran a business, and y'all paying all y'all bills, and y'all kick it together every fucking day.
Happy.
Watching fucking movies. Exactly, happy. So it's crazy. I went over and just gave them a lump of CDs here. Y'all could just have them, make money. I don't want nothing. It was like, man, my favorite song is Elvis, and that was the craziest shit to hear white boys going crazy. Because my first engineer on this album was white, and I let him go, and people didn't understand why.
You let him go or you left?
No, I let him go. That's what I'm saying. I let him go because I told him, I said, although I know that I'm right in what I'm saying, you are still my friend. Right. And I wouldn't want to sit up and hear this shit if I was on the opposite spectrum. And he was like, Banner, I'm cool because it's the truth. Right. You know, basically, he was like, white folks have done this shit.
Yeah,
I'm like, but I still respect you as a person. Right. So for me to see all these white boys go crazy, I'm like, that's cool. And I'm grateful for it, and I want it, but that was never my mission statement. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Let's talk about accountability. A lot of times in the youth or just in the community, it's always easy to point the finger and say, well, this happened because that person did this or this or that or whatever the case may be. What's your thoughts on you know, the African-American community, just community period, and accountability and standing up and saying, I have to take action for myself and the people around me?
Yeah, well, that's a slippery slope because I hate to hear coons say, you know, how can we talk about white people killing black folks when, you know, black people killing black people. It's not it's not the same thing. Right. Black people, this is learned behavior. We've never had any social, mental, physical, or spiritual therapy. You know what I'm saying? And racism never stopped. People think once organized slavery stopped, that all the stuff that we were going through. I am willing to bet you if you go and look at the statistics of public hangings and the amount of people that were being hanged, that as soon as Jim Crow stopped, that it would in line directly. I'm almost willing to bet within a 5% ratio of public police shootings. And they say that they're mistakes or all these things, but they don't have those same mistakes with white kids.
Right.
Or Asian kids. You feel what I'm saying?
They don't.
So the problem with black accountability is you must first know what you're supposed to be held accountable for.
We do have examples, such as yourself.
Well,
others. I'm just trying to make the statement and hear from you from the heart. This is like, there still has to be some accountability. You have to do something. There's some people that are not doing anything.
Yeah.
We get the conditioning. Right. But
Scream, the thing that I'm saying is most of these children don't know. That's why I made the God Box.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I lecture.
But what about the ones that haven't listened to the God Box and haven't chose to know?
Well,
they haven't even taken the time out to say, well, let me just give this a listen.
Right.
I have Apple Music.
Right.
All they have to do is just click it and listen to it and check it out. But they haven't taken the time because they want to listen to whatever they listen to.
But I don't mind that because I'm glad you said that. One of the problems is that we all think there's going to be a kumbaya moment with black folk. It's not. If you look at the Constitution within itself, it was a small group of white dudes that decided we're going to take this bitch over. And they got together and they sat in the room until they got this shit together. Then they went out and implemented that shit. They never in a million years knew that they wasn't going to see that shit manifest, right? That's what we're going to have to do. It's going to have to be a small group of us. It's similar to the relationship that you and I have. We don't talk every day on the motherfucking phone, but if you call me, if I call Jazz, say I need you, you fucking there. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I don't really worry about outliers. Like that's what they are. And our people are so conditioned. You may have one David Banner, but you got a million of the rest of that shit, and the motherfucking internet, and TV, and living that shit in real life. Because I tell people this all the time. I'm conscious than a motherfucker, but when you get out there in the real world and somebody say some wrong shit, I will I almost got into somebody's ass about 4 months ago and went to jail forever.
Wow.
I'm talking about I was that close.
Yeah.
But what I realized is, and this is, and I never really wanted people to know what the God box. I want them to figure out. I want them to figure it out. But what does this tell you when you first look at it? What do you see?
I see deepness. That's what I see.
Where is the universe?
Within.
It's
Yeah,
within.
in the picture. Yeah.
So many times we want to touch other people. You know, I've been conscious all my fucking life, for the most part, since 11th grade. But I wasn't living conscious. So people really didn't start paying attention or listening until I became an example, until I went inward. People are looking at me to see if I can pull this shit out. I've had a couple rappers tell me, Dave Banner, you doing this shit 100% independent. You doing this conscious shit. It's one of y'all favorite rappers in the whole wide world. Called me when he got out of jail and was like, I just don't know no better. Can you help me? You know what I'm saying? A lot of them just don't know where to fucking go. And I don't know if y'all saw Vince Staples' interview where he was talking about the pressure that rap puts on these people to be something that they're not.
Yeah.
That's fucking real as fuck.
Yeah.
You know, you're shunned by your own people. Like, all my rap friends, when I stopped smoking, like, and drinking, we didn't have a relationship no more. The motherfuckers thought I was crazy.
Yeah.
Just because I don't smoke. And then it was crazy for me. When I stopped smoking,
It's HoodRich Radio. You better not change the station.
hella just slow. And everybody,
Yeah.
like, when you high with them, you
You
really
don't
notice
feel
it,
that,
Because you
yeah.
high as fuck over there on the
Yeah.
side, too. But when you, like, conscious and you up and you
Yeah.
ready and everybody else
Yeah.
is slow,
Yeah.
I was like, this is sort
Yeah.
of fucking boring.
Yeah.
You know, which I'm not judging.
No, it's true.
I'm not
Yeah,
judging.
it's
But when I
true.
stopped smoking, I was like, damn, was that me?
Yep.
Right.
Last thing about that. And then I also noticed that, especially with me working out, I run 3 very successful businesses. I put 2 of them off to put this album out. I'm gonna have to hurry up and get back to the business in a minute. But it take me so long to recover from being high. You know, that it's only so many hours in a day. And you gotta watch a bit. I was watching an artist online who didn't know what publishing was. And although that's not the upfront money, that's where all the money is after your buzz is over. Right.
It's your retirement money.
And I'm thinking, like, if you high, you miss all of that.
Yeah, it's a cloud of smoke.
Yeah, you know, and I'll say something else because I have my vices. But, you know, something I saw Jay-Z do. Jay-Z doesn't drink much. He doesn't drink until he accomplishes something. Alcohol and drugs are not supposed to be coping mechanism. They're supposed to be celebratory. When you do some dope shit, let's get high as fuck.
Right.
All of us can get high. We sell
Yeah,
a
we
million
can
God.
celebrate.
We all
can
get
all
lean
get
for everybody. We gonna get some lean up in this motherfucker. Because I used to sip. We'll sip a little bit. And then we get back to the motherfucking business. And then
Right.
that will push us
Right.
to be successful.
Right.
You know.
Right.
smoke a lot of weed.
And finally, for me, man, social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, this one, that one,
Everything.
MySpace, whatever it is, all the
Everything.
social media,
Tell them where
man.
they can find you.
How can we make this work for us because it's so counterproductive?
First of all, I'd like to say that Chameleonaire is working on something. Pissed me off to see black people try to bag on Chameleonaire when he was in, you know, at the Golden State game. When people don't understand this dude is doing what most of us should be. He's out in Silicon Valley making some real money and trying to help other black people, you know, be involved and making money in technology moving forward. Because one of the reasons why people think that I'm crazy, that I still make CDs, and I tell people, and I'm going to move this quickly. I don't know if y'all remember the Snow Leopard update on Apple. If you don't remember, it was the update that everybody had to go and get. And if you didn't get it, you couldn't what?
I remember that.
Anything.
You couldn't play your iTunes
Oh, yeah.
or look
I
at
do
your
remember that.
movies,
Yeah.
right? So that showed me something. If David Banner hot ass and these too many of these young black kids start listening to David Banner, if all of your music is in a box, these motherfuckers can push one button, just like they did, the opposite of what they did to U2, when they forced you to have that U2 album, they can erase you. If everything, and black people are not vested enough in technology, your homeboy, the shade tree mechanic, can't even fix your fucking car no more. If you got a car past 97, you gotta have a motherfucking engineering degree to fucking change out the motherfucking air conditioner in a fucking car. Technology that we don't have a stake in. We had just got to the point musically where we knew how to burn our own CDs.
Right.
Even though that, we were burning other folks shit and selling it. But you can go to a mom and pop store. I know. I was making shit about $3,000 a month in Jackson with nobody else. Just me pressing my own shit. We've invested in something that we don't have a vested interest in, and we're making people billions of dollars. And think about this. I'm just putting this on your mind. Facebook don't own no information. Airbnb don't own any information. Twitter doesn't own any information. What's the shit? My Instagram don't own no fucking pictures. That's all your shit that you give to them for free. And now because we sign shit and don't read it, they now own all of your information and make billions of dollars when all they have is an open place for you to come and play. And so we are so into doing something that's quick. Like I give you an example. People ask me, Dave Banner, why don't you have Snapchat? And the reason why I don't have Snapchat is because you have to invest so much time. They erase your shit every fucking day. So that makes you have to always, there's no fucking way, unless you paying somebody to do that shit for you, that you really handling some fucking business when you on Snapchat that fucking much.
Say that again.
Whereas on Instagram, I a lot of times, because I come from gangster shit, I don't post shit till a week after or 3 days after I done left some place. You know what I'm saying? So I can shoot all this shit and have somebody to post it, or I'll post it, or whatever the fuck it may end up being. But we have to be careful and invest in our time in something that we don't have a vested interest, and these people don't come to our communities when we need them. That was dope.
So solution.
It
was.
Solution. If you had your own social media network, let's say you started Banner something, you know what I'm saying? What would be, I guess, the guidelines, or what would be the objective? Because the objective on social media, Instagram started as photos. You're just supposed to put up photos. Obviously, it goes somewhere else. It becomes promotion, this, that, and the third, madness at sometimes. What would your social media be like? What would it consist of, and what would be the goal?
Well, my goal would be to create communities for us. Communities where we can not only share information, and I may be giving up one of my business ideas that I'm actually selling right now.
I cut you in, man. Don't worry about it.
but a place where we can also communicate. You know, where we can, because if you think about this, where do we get our news from? Most of us don't watch. We know CNN is bullshit. We know. I trust Fox more than the rest of them, because at least them motherfuckers, you consistently know that they on some bigot racist bullshit. At least they consistent.
Either that or they just going straight to Google.
Right. But that's what I was about to say. We get our news online.
Yeah.
When I was in Ferguson, I was getting, like, my news was from the people who were out there on the fucking streets, because we were out there. So, like, people knew who to go. All right, Banner's in Ferguson right now. Let me go look at Banner page to see what. As a matter of fact, we was getting shit as it was fucking going on. See, they fucking the cops shooting, they tear gassing fucking babies. So imagine if we could have a synthesis of that. You know, Black Planet was really close to it back in the day. It was like, it was right there. You know what I'm saying? But just somewhere that is for us. I'll give you a quick example that really pisses me off. Most of these places that say that they're hip-hop blogs, and I talk about this all the time, they're not, first of all, they're not owned by Black people. Okay? And now if you look at them, they're only used to criticize and talk about rap artists. They don't never talk about nothing when they do something positive, unless it's so big that they can't deny, like what Chance is doing, right? All right, but why these same motherfuckers are not our cameras and when something bad happened? You understand what I'm saying? That was one of the things that I was talking to World Star Hip Hop about. I was like, man, imagine if we could get together and, like, when Ferguson go, we send all the folks from, you know what I'm saying, World Star up there to film that shit, just in case some shit pop off.
Right.
So not only is it the fight shit, but it's also the positive shit. You know what I'm saying? And so that was something that we had talked about once. But, like, I would just want it to be a hub where people can not only just share their pictures, but share information about what's important to them. And then you can go to different rooms where, you know, certain things that you want, and, you know, get a little bit more than just some bullshit. That would be what I would do.
Okay.
You know,
I like
needed.
on what I'm gonna do.
Yes.
For sure.
David Banner, I appreciate your time, my brother. Let everybody know about this God box. If they want a God box, how can they get a God box?
Okay, if the actual God box right now, we're building davidbanner.com, but it's becoming a lot more than just a merch site, so it's taking a little bit longer. But if you want to, you can email bringdavidbanner2speak@gmail.com, and you can order your God box. My people are always looking at it; they're on top of it. But you can get the actual God box CD anywhere you want to, however you want to get it. If you want a physical copy, same thing. And we just appreciate you. Follow us on Twitter at David Banner. Facebook is / David Banner, and Instagram is a little bit more complicated. It's David Banner likes pictures. One dude hit me and said, "But you don't never like shit." I was like, "Oh man, you know I don't have that much time, bro." Scream, I want to tell you something before I leave. I really appreciate what you do for me and you giving me the platform to speak.
Anytime. I have to tell this story again. I know you want to hear it.
All right.
I was a college student at Tuskegee University. You came to, I think, to perform in either Tuskegee or Auburn. This is like a pimp.
It was Auburn.
So I'm like, man, I want to go talk to this guy, but he's a rapper. You know how rappers act. Yeah. Man, you were the coolest fucking person, bro. Yeah. And you told me, man, I'm not here because I'm better. I'm a better rapper than these niggas. I'm here because I work harder than everybody and because of my vision and so forth. That. And that's so important. That stuck with me. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something. A book that I read. They said talent is only a head start. Only a head start.
And if you notice, the person who works hard, the biggest example of that to me is Steph Curry. That he wasn't supposed. He was too small, too slow, skinny, bad ankles, the whole fucking. As a matter of fact, because he was so short, this is the story that I was told that he shot like a girl. And his dad broke his shot, made him change his shot. And like he had like a terrible year. And then he finally got that shot together. And the way that he still works today, that's one of the things that I would like for people to see with the stuff that we do. Like in my office, we work hard as fuck. And the kids only get to see the end result. That's why I tell people, and some people get mad when I say this, people need to know that Malcolm was a pimp. People need to know that Martin
it started somewhere,
like a little piece of something every time. And I'll tell you why. The reason why is because it shows, number one, that we're not perfect, but you still can be great. And then we also have to show the struggle aspect of it. Like in about 2-3 months, people gonna think that these guns were always like that. Y'all can look at me now and then see where I'm going to be in 2 months. That's going to be pitiful.
It is.
This is such a special place. Like, when you understand, like, Nas's musical lineage comes from Mississippi.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it comes from the South. So we understand that, man. Jackson has some amazing talent.
And you gave a lot of people some hope, bro, because I do as much as I possibly can for so many people. Dirty is so dope, man, and he has so much potential, bro. And regardless of what people don't understand is, regardless of whether it works out with you or not, sometimes I believe the Most High. This is how I am. I freak out when I don't have no light. When I don't have no light, that's when shit get dangerous with me. But if I can see a little speck of light, just something for me to crawl towards. And you've given several people from my town that speck of light, man, and to really help them, because I know I'm the one that they call at 2 o'clock in the morning when there ain't shit else, and they like, man, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm the dude that they come and meet up at in the parking lot to talk to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I know personally 2 people who you gave some light to, man, and that's what keeps you. Remember when I told y'all, it's not about what people think about you in 20 years, but 200 years? That's what puts you on that 200-year shit, bro.
One time for Scream.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yay!
I always love it too when you and Crit link up.
Yeah. I'm real proud of Crit, man. I the thing that I want, and that's one of the things that I'm saying, man. Like, Crit loves hip hop so fucking much, and the Southern lineage so much, and I watch Crit like totally cringe when he hear whack shit. Like, he take that shit personal. Like, dog be like, dog, it's just his creative.
Right.
No, big bro, no, that shit whack, bro. And I tell Crit all the time, man, like, sometimes we look at other artists and please keep this. Don't edit this part out. This is important. I want to say 2 things before I leave. Sometimes we look at other artists and we want to be them. Crit to me is like B.B. King. Crit, if he wants to do music at 70, he'll be able to do music at 70. You know, I always told people I would want to have, you know, a Outcast, a Tribe Called Quest, a Common type of career. Because you have people who sell billions and then they couldn't get their albums away. But these people who become a part of culture, you know what I'm saying? And they're consistent. Because I told Crit and it calmed them down. And I was like, bro, every time you do a show, what happens?
Sold out.
He was like, it's sold out.
Yeah,
what the
fans.
fuck? Like, what the fuck are you tripping about?
I would call it like being guilty of staying in your own lane.
Yeah.
But if you're in hip hop music and yourself included, and you have fans, not people that like you for a season, fans that will come see you any season, you're blessed. You're truly blessed.
And the other thing that I wanted to tell people, and I just said this at a Grammy board meeting, something that I realized that changed my life, and I say this to all of y'all and everybody out there. They have us trapped in a capitalist state of mind. So whereas we'll see the biggest artists in the world and we think if we're not selling a certain amount of units that we're a failure, right? They make you feel that. First, black folks motherfuckers don't even know if the album is good. What the fuck you care about first week numbers? Like you a businessman. We had niggas on the street, and I mean niggas. I hate that word, but I mean
numbers
niggas.
Was low, dog.
Yeah, the fuck you care? It's the shit jamming. Anyway, I got okay. Point is this: if you are able to take care of your needs and your family by doing shit that our grandparents call playing, that's DJing, rapping, painting, scratching your ass, basketball, whatever. You are fucking winning.
Yeah.
You're not working at UPS. You ain't doing no fucking hard ass work.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? My homeboy is a bass player. He one of the top artists in the motherfucking world. He said, Dave Banner, if it came down to it, I could play in clubs, $700 a night, blues clubs, and then go play at a church and be able to maintain the lifestyle that I have now. As long as you are able to make enough money to maintain your life, you have fucking won. And some of the motherfuckers y'all want to be like, you don't know who they done fucked. You don't know
what
how
they got
many
going on.
You don't know how many situations they in, how many people they signed to. I know a couple people that I produce for that if you couldn't give me any amount of money to want to have to live their lifestyle. For me to be able to walk in this bitch by myself. I have a pistol, but for me to be able to walk in this bitch by myself and leave this motherfucker as a man. That's priceless. And still put out a fucking record.
And big shouts out too, because I'm a part of this movement too. I see Empire Distribution. I think that really represents being the artist and creating on your own and being able to move on your own accord.
And being able to have a group of people who understand really being independent. You know what I'm saying?
Independent.
One of the things that made me the proudest about this album is we put up billboards in East Oakland. And people wondered, it was like, why did you put billboards up in the Bay first? And I told them, I was like, my career had hit a low. And I thought I was done. And Big Von in the Bay Area,
Shouts to Von.
along with Stan in Jackson, Mississippi, got behind Get Like Me. And then they got behind Play, and those two records started in the Bay. When the South sort of was like, okay, he did his thing, that was cool. And then they put me back in a position where my people, and you run so much. Oh, what really happened is, I tell y'all, so this is an exclusive. There's the biggest white promoter who do most of the big concerts out there had said some fly shit to me, and I didn't know who he was. And he was like, you better not jump off the stage. I'm like, who this motherfucker? I said, all right. And then I would do a Get Like Me. Better than share with Butterfly Dope. Fuck you! And jumped out in the crowd. That motherfucker said, you will never perform in the Bay again. So if y'all want to know why I haven't been to the Bay, I got outlawed by some rich white folks.
But you got the billboards.
But I got the billboards.
There it is. Never told before.
And I'll say this, as a promoter, most people, once they get to a level of consciousness, they'll like to apologize. I'm different. Fuck you.
Middle finger up.
David Banner said,
Middle finger up.
Nation.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, David Banner.
Man, thank
Thank
you. Man.
you.
It's HoodRich Radio. You better not change the station.